Well, let's put things into perspective. Number one, we absolutely have to be compliant with the Human Rights Act. Everything we do has to sit amongst the level of proportionality, legality. We have to have a level of accountability, and there's around the levels of necessity around this is what we do. We also need to think, how intrusive is it? It's actually not that intrusive when you think about it. As facial recognition technology is developed, of course, there are interests in various commissioners, such as the data commissioner, the information commissioner, the surveillance commissioners, to name but a few. So they've had a huge, there has been a huge amount of scrutiny around this already. Is there an appetite for this? So I think there is. I understand that at least one capital city around the world is using now, for their underground city, they're using FacePay. I also understand that the private sector have shown interest in this. Policing has to modernise, it has to advance. The technology and the way we use data has to advance as well. And if we don't move with that, we'll be outstripped by other areas. Most modern mobile phones now have facial recognition technology to access the phones. So I don't think we can be too protective around the technology. Yes, there are concerns within the community, and I absolutely get those concerns. But the bit around those concerns is we need to address them. It is a bit like, the genie's out the lamp when it comes to this technology. It's a bit like other technologies that now have emerged onto the markets now. You can't put it back in. You can't just shelve it, because if we do that, everything else, other areas around us of enforcement will take this on. So my view is, in answer to your question, yes, there is an appetite for it, because you wouldn't have the interest in it. We wouldn't. If you had 2017, we're now 2024, so what, 7 years later? We're still talking about it, we're still using it, but the bit is that we learn from it and we move forward with our communities in terms of how we apply it. I do not think, with the levels now of defeat technologies that are out there for other areas which we use to catch people, etc., to catch offenders who are causing quite significant harms to our communities, I do not believe that there won't be an appetite for this. I think the appetite is there. Key bit for us, which is why we've got the observers with us today, is let us make sure that we're applying it properly. Yes, we're going to make mistakes on the way. Any new technology does that, but let's learn from that and let's make sure that we develop it. The appetite will be there, and when you think about it, you've got artificial intelligence, which is with us. It's not coming; it's here. And there's a whole load of other technical innovations that are coming over here, and I just see this as one part of what we do, of how we develop technology and policing going forward. And when you think about it, we're data-led. Part of the new Met for London, which is the Commissioner's plan for improving the Met, which we're all signed up to, and it's very much, we're absolutely on board with this, how we use technology to improve our policing, and this is just one aspect of it.